guys, welcome to the first part of the Coffin Hero Show this week, taking you through the new graphic novels into the store. First of all, nice to see you all. Obviously, I had the weekend off. Well, I say off, I was technically working. I was over at London Comic Con, over in the Excel Centre, the MCM Comic Con, over meeting quite a lot of great people, getting some cool commissions done, which will be framed and put in the store. Meeting the likes of Sean Murphy, the likes of Mitch Dreads, the likes of Jim Zub, Kyle Starks. Just loads and loads, Art Germ, just loads and loads of really cool writers, artists and all the rest. One sad note was that one of the main reasons I was going over was to meet Tom King, and he cancelled on the Thursday before the con started on the Friday, which was a bit of a shame, but no, a great weekend was had, and as I say, it was just nice to just nice to soak it all in. You know, we don't really do cons as a store, primarily because certainly in Belfast and in Northern Ireland, most people know we're here now. And the website's sort of a secondary business, it's not a primary business. So there's not this great desire to spread it outside of our little bubble, I suppose. But the other side of it is I just like to go to cons and just enjoy them rather than be stuck at a table the whole time. I'll leave being stuck at the table to folks far more talented than I. But just to take you through what we have in this week, as I said, there's a selection of hardcovers, an omnibus or two. There's a whole bunch of trade paperbacks as well. So kick things off with a rather beautiful edition, which is the Absolute edition of Superman Red Sun. Of course, a thoroughly classic Superman story written by Mark Miller, no less. Dave Johnson, the artist on this. The Elseworlds story, of course, is what if Superman's ship had not landed in America, but had actually landed in the USSR. It's a really, really cool book. And Batmanikoff is enough reason to read it as it is. So on to the trade. So first of all, we've got a new compact edition this week, which is great. Static Season 1, written by Vita Ayala, art by Nicholas Draper-Ivey. This is the more recent Static stuff. So Season 1, you've got the complete Season 1 mini-series here. So again, just great to see more compact editions coming out. You know, I would love to see DC throw 100 of these out every couple of months. But I don't know if that'll quite happen. Next up, we have Jan Size X-Men tribute to Ween and Cochran. So one book changed the face of Marvel Comics forever. Writer Len Wein and artist David Cockrum revamped the X-Men with an international cast including Storm, Nightcrawler, Colossus and Wolverine. This legendary story set the stage for the X-Men to become the most popular heroes in the Marvel Universe. Now Marvel's top artists come together to recreate this epic story, each drawing one pulse-pounding page in tribute to the Marvel masterpiece. So tons of great artists involved here, likes of Alex Ross, Kevin Nolan, Marcus Toe, Aaron Cooter, Phil Noto, David Baldeon, Pepe Larraz, Jen Bartel, and much, much more. So all included there. Pardon me. You know, if you're watching the show, and you know, I mentioned to you a couple weeks ago about how someone came in asking for Tank Guard, and we didn't have anything, and now it's just Tank Guard every week. This is hilarious. So we're now on to Tank Guard Color Classics Book 3. This covers 1993 to 1995 to go with the other Tank Guard books we have already been getting in. These here are starting to put out the trade paperbacks now for the All In stuff. So this is the first Superman story from All In. So the All In initiative was basically your jumping on point. So again, if you are looking at getting into Superman, this is a perfect jumping on point. So this is written by Joshua Williamson and art by Dan Mora, and that collects Superman 19 to 23 in the Superwoman Special number 1. Back in stock is Time Before Time, the time-hopping sci-fi, written by Declan Shelby and Rory McConville, with art by Joe Palmer. And yeah, just a cracking book. We had all 6 volumes in the store except Volume 1, so it was just nice to get Volume 1 back in stock and give everyone that starting point again. Next up, we have Tom King and Jeff Spokes mini-series for Jenny Sparks, which was a character created primarily through the Wildstorm, going back a number of years. So this is the complete 7-issue miniseries, has some absolutely amazing art by Jeff Spokes and some great storytelling as well. Very, very good stuff. Next up, we have Superman Secret Origin, one of the most classic Superman stories of all time, written by Jeff Johns, art by Gary Frank, Doomsday Clock team, of course. Undeniably contemporary yet utterly timeless, Superman Secret Origin is the definitive story of the Man of Steel. Next up, we have the latest edition of the X-Men trade paperback. So they've been putting out the new ones, from the Ashes of Krakoa stuff. The legend begins anew. So this is Wolverine Volume 1. This contains the first 5 issues, written by Saladin Ahmed and art by Martin Coccolo. The Ultimate books continue to come out in trade paperback form, so we have Ultimate X-Men number 2. This contains issues 7 to 12, Children of the Atom. Back in stock as well as Ultimate Spider-Man volume 2 as well, again issues 7 to 12. Jonathan Hickman, Marco Cicchetto, who was another guy I got to meet while I was over at Comic Con, and David Messina also doing art there as well. Next up we have Criminal. It's the latest volume of the reprints, the reissues with new covers, new design for Criminal. Brubaker and Phillips, bang on about these guys enough. I'm not going to be able to tell you anything new at this point, but this is The Last of the Innocent, again, volume 6. Next up, and good timing getting this back in, so we have the Enfield Gang Massacre from Chris Conlon and Jacob Phillips. Another couple of gents I was chatting to over at Comic Con, just thoroughly lovely guys. I mean, we've been championing their work for years at this point, but Chris Conlon's really sort of hitting the big time now, doing Ultimate Wolverine, doing Green Arrow. Jacob Phillips is collaborating with Chip Zdarsky on books such as Newburn. But this is their book of into that Texas Blood universe. Western, set in the early 1900s. Cannot recommend enough. Absolutely fantastic stuff. Next up, we have Epic Collection for Thunderbolts. This is Thunderbolts Volume 3 in the Epic Collection. This covers 1999 to 2000. Marvel's villains turned heroes continue their quest for redemption. Thunderbolts 26 to 41 and Annual 2000 and Avengers Annual 2000 as well. Next up, we sold out of this, so good to get it back in stock, is Birds of Prey Hero Hunters. So continuing to print the Gail Simone run on Birds of Prey, Ed Benes on art. This contains Batgirl 57, Batman 633 and Birds of Prey 68 to 80. Explores the lives of Black Canary, Huntress and Oracle. Next up we have DC Pride to the Farthest Reaches. This is the 2024 Pride #1, which is being collected, as well as additional stories spotlighting queer characters as realised by DC's vast stable of queer and allied creators. Plus an unmissable autobiographical story from industry legend Phil Jimenez about the fantastical worlds that shaped him, brought to life by Guido Macchioni. So that is that. A couple to finish off with. We have Lazarus, the 4th collection. I've spoken about Lazarus before a few times. Highly, highly recommended book. This is a Greg Rucka joint, so you know it's going to be good. Michael Lark on art. Wonderful dystopian future set book. Tons of action, tons of political intrigue, and great character work as well. So it's good to see the 4th collection now out, which collects the last 2 issues of Lazarus, 27 and 28. And then they started doing what was called a quarterly book called Lazarus Risen. So every 3 months you get a new issue, but it was like a really thick bound issue rather than a single issue. And 1 to 7 of those are included as well. So that'll bring Lazarus right up to date, and we've got books 1 to 3 over there as well. Next up, Skybound are continuing to put out their Energon Universe books into hardcover. We had Transformers recently, and now we have Void Rivals. So this is the first 12 issues of Void Rivals, plus material from the Energon Universe Special 2024 from Robert Kirkman and Lorenzo Di Felici. And we finish off with Giant Size Marvel Omnibus. Oh, that is a heavy, heavy boy. Massive names and huge stories, iconic superheroes plus a few horror heavyweights, starring extra-length adventures including some of the most important Marvel stories ever told. So this contains the likes of Giant Size Superstars, Giant Size Fantastic Four, Giant Size Spider-Man, Giant Size Chillers featuring Curse of Dracula, Giant Size Avengers, Giant Size Man-Thing, basically all in this beautifully condensed omnibus. Yeah, that is a bulky boy. So that's everything for the trade paperback and hardcover collections in store this week. These will all be going out. Combination of new release racks there, and obviously integrated into the back stock as well for anything that is back in stock with us. As ever, make sure to check back later. We'll stick out a wee single issue video, just letting you know everything that's out this week as well. Massive thanks to everybody who came in the last few days. As I say, while I wasn't here, Chris held down the store extremely well as always. So just glad to see that the footfall was there. So as ever, guys, I hope you enjoyed this. Hope it proved useful for you. I will be in the store as normal this week. No last minute trips to Comic Con's planned. Take it easy.